type of skirmishes, was very much into urban warfare, hit and run, guerrilla tactics. How Napoleon won his wars. Napoleon essentially was a very big fan of artillery barrages, a very big fan of cavalry charges. He would ride over you. That's how he would win fights. A concentrated cavalry charge was not something that was really popular until, I would guess, until he really made it famous. So, for a guy like me who's not all that historically minded, would probably I've embarrassed myself, more likely than not, with my lack of historical knowledge. I'm sure that, Ben I would be French is much more knowledgeable about, French, this is probably, they found this in school. He probably paid much more attention to this in school than I did about the famous battles of the French Revolution, something like that. He probably, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, Americans, we don't pay attention to history class. But Washington, what was that, like 1600s, I don't know. But if nothing else, this show at least brought up and threw some facts at you, they actually raised very interesting discussions as to why these battles were fought, how they were won, the various strengths and weaknesses of these guys, and probably, at least have kind of inspired me to go look this stuff up myself, because I'm interested now. I kind of want to know the various strengths and weaknesses of these various generals, and how the Americans fought in the American Revolution, and the various tactics of the French. So, if nothing else, they at least brought up this topic in terms of what strengths these generals might have had over the other. The numerical values, who was better, that's of course debatable, but at least they raised the debate in an intelligent, scholarly way, or at least more scholarly than they're used to, in terms of having Dr. Dorian point to the fucking, leg of land and go, that guy's dead. You see what I'm saying here? So, it is a little better in that there's slightly more educational content to be found. It's only near the end, but it's there. Now, I guess I should put my thoughts on the simulation at the end, which is always my favorite part. Always the best part, which is, of course, the only part that's ever put on YouTube is the very part at the end, because this is so well done. This part was actually not that well done. I was disappointed with how the simulation came out. It just wasn't as well shot. And here's how it goes down. They go, to simulate the battle between these two great generals, we're going to have a 5-on-5 competition. Napoleon and 4 of his Legion of the Grande Armée or whatever versus Washington and 4 of his militia guys. So already you can see we got a big problem here. I actually thought, ignorant, naive as they are, I actually thought they were going to program an army-on-army fight. We have a 5-on-5. Napoleon and 4 guys versus Washington and 4 guys. So of course we have the Emperor of France flopping around in America with 4 guys. And they are toting, these 4 motherfuckers are toting a cannon. And so Napoleon, he's riding around, these guys are fucking like, oh, this cannon's fucking heavy. And he's like, he's like, look, pulled out a telescope and he's Washington down there, and he's like, damn, he's like, do it now! I don't know what I just said there. He points out these guys and he goes, and they set up their cannon, and they Washington, he's like, what the fuck? Get those guys! And so these 4 guys, they start setting up their cannons, they start shooting their muskets, and people are dropping. They start, each side has 1 cannon. They start shooting their 1 cannon at each other, and so people are dying. They reload the fucking cannon, they fire it again, and people die, and so they, basically when it comes down to one-on-one, like these guys, the cannons and the rifle fire kill the other four guys. So Napoleon looks down the ridge because the odds he mounts his horse. Washington goes to meet him. He mounts his horse, and Napoleon draws his saber, and Washington draws his sword, and they get into a horse fight. The horse fight is actually over really quickly. Like Napoleon swings his saber, knocks him off the horse. So I was like, it kind of over quickly. And so Washington hops up, and Napoleon, for no reason, gets off his horse. He's like, Joanna! And he gets off his horse and draws a sword and have a sword fight. And the sword fight was actually not that well shot. It was, I've actually seen some of these sword fights that were much better filmed. This one was filmed almost entirely close-up, where you couldn't really see them cross swords. It was almost, honestly, it was filmed a lot like Suburban Nights, where it was all very close, and we were just kind of going like, and there wasn't a lot of fight choreography here. It was, like I said, the fight choreography was really disappointing. And then eventually Washington stabbed him in the throat, and Napoleon, he grabs his throat and blood spurts out. He's like, "Sugar bean! What the hell?" He falls. Washington wipes his sword off, like, oh, fucking badass. And then he turned around and leaves. I just love that. For all we talked about, actually the simulation probably didn't take this into account. I don't know. But for all we talked about, weather conditions, relative army sizes, the versatility of the cannons they use, the fighting tactics they use, for all that, it came down to a 5-on-5 straight-up fight. You know, who's better, the French or the Americans, on a 5-on-5? And then they just kind of duked it out with one cannon. It was ridiculous. Again, this is the problem that's endemic to the show, because you've got this idea for a show where you say it's ridiculous from the beginning. You've got these two, you put two stupid historical figures together and have a fight. So all right, you've got this. Like, I imagine why. Here's the best part to me. When Napoleon, he's looking down in Washington, he's like, God damn. He starts riding his guys. He sends the guys down the hill and blows their cannon up. I imagine Washington looking up at the charging French and going, wait a minute, aren't we supposed to be allies in this war? Napoleon fucking rides down and Washington's like, hey, wait. No, we're fighting, I'm not British. And no, he doesn't say that. That was really funny if Washington was like, what the fuck is that French asshole doing? We're on the same side. You know, there's of course budget limitations. You've got this ridiculous concept, and so how do you really film this? You've got this idea based around filming a fight. Of course, you can't have a fight between at least you can't make it concise in any reasonable amount of time, but the French Legion fighting the Revolutionary Army of America. You can't film this. So, of course, this is a problem inherent to the show. You've got to make it a 5-on-5. I don't know what to do. It's the same problem when you have Vlad the Impaler fighting fucking Sun Tzu. What the fuck? I have rambled on quite a bit and probably exposed a complete lack of scientific and historical knowledge. But if nothing else, I hope I've encouraged you to research this on your own and become smarter than the Deadliest Warrior guys, because for as shocking as my lack of knowledge is, it's still better than these guys. And that's sad. Next week is Joan of Arc versus William the Conqueror. That should be something to see. I've heard, rumored, I have no way of verifying this, well, I have no way. I could probably check online. I'm just okay, I don't care. That the episode after that, or an episode coming very soon, is vampires versus zombies. If that's the case, this show has essentially become exactly what I always made Deadliest character out to be. It has become Deadliest character, which is awesome. If they actually do vampires versus zombies, first off, that's dumb. Vampires versus zombies, you gotta go vampires versus... Where do you put vampires? Zombies,